Welcome to part 8 of Art Geek Timeline. This evening we are traveling to the Kingdom of Benin, which was established in the 12th century. Can you guess what modern-day country the Kingdom of Benin is in? If you guessed Nigeria, you'd be correct. However, the local people of the Kingdom of Benin, called the Edo, refer to their kingdom as Igodo Migodo, which is a very fun word to say. Today we are going to be talking about the Benin Bronzes. These were essentially extremely impressive bronze, copper, or wooden plaques that were intended to document important events. Many of these plaques were made, and today they are in various museums around the world because they were stolen by colonizers, like most things you'll find in a museum. However, recently Germany did make a move to give their Benin bronzes back. One neat thing about the Benin bronzes is that they were created with the help of artisans from a different African kingdom called Ile-Ife. More on that later. Tonight we're going to look at a specific Benin bronze in particular, which dates to the 16th century. Let's take a closer look.
Huddle up, boys. The Portuguese are here.
So what you'll notice here is you've got three figures kind of in the front and center. In the middle we have the Oba, the king, and two kneeling attendants beside him. So if we look in the background behind them there, we can see two little guys with feathered helmets. These are the Portuguese, with which the Kingdom of Igodo Migodo had trade relations at the time. I personally find it amusing that the artist was like, no, let's put our guys at the front middle. The Portuguese, they can go in the back. So how exactly is this Benin bronze global? We can sort of think of it in two ways. Firstly, we can think about the artisans that crafted it. As I mentioned earlier, the Kingdom of Igodo Migodo often employed artisans from Ile-Ife, the citizens of which are called the Yoruba people. So it is possible that the Benin bronzes, including the one we just looked at, contain visual culture from Ile-Ife. So that would be a spread of visual culture from Ile-Ife to Igodo Migodo. But there's another way we can look at it. We can also look at what the plaque is actually depicting. As we saw, there's the Oba, his attendants, and two Portuguese men in the background. This plaque is depicting a relationship between Portugal and Igodo Migodo, thereby implying the trade relation and therefore trade networks associated with it. So based on this depiction, we could imagine all the different ideas and materials that were spreading between Portugal and Igodo Migodo. So this Benin bronze sort of gives us a global double whammy. And let's be honest, it looks awesome. Thus concludes our trip to 16th century Igodo Migodo. That's it! We're done. Art Geek Timeline, we finished, guys. I'm sure you're all as devastated as I am. Thanks for coming along on this historical journey with me. I hope you've learned something about how societies in the past are super interconnected, or at the very least, you've been able to appreciate these pretty pictures. That's all for now. LJ out.